Okay, so you saw the video that I made where I opened up for the first time the Skyline S7 from Janome and cleaned it out inside. So I've advanced. I'm now going to attempt this on my M7. Yes, I'm a little bit scared, but I'm going to take it really easy. I have very good step-by-step directions from the Doc Academy. And I've got my screwdrivers down here. I have my little box to put my screws in, and I'm putting a piece of tape in the bottom of each one of these sections that identifies where the screws came from, and I've numbered them, and I'm making a corresponding notation on my instruction sheet, as you can see right down in here, so I know where the screws go back in. Now, supposedly, you do not have to take off the front or the back panels, but you do have to take off this side panel, this top panel, and possibly, and the bottom. I'm not sure about the flywheel panel yet. I think you have to take that off too. So, let us begin. So the instructions say that I was to remove the bobbin case and the bobbin and the presser foot plate, the needle plate, and the presser foot and the needle, and I've done that already. Okay, so it says remove one screw on the faceplate, then remove faceplate. This is the faceplate according to their diagram, and the one screw is right here. So that's what I'm going to remove, and that is a Phillips screwdriver, or as we commonly refer to it. Okay, this screwdriver is not going to work. I'm going to have to get a better screwdriver. Okay, so I got a better screwdriver, and let's see. It's a little tight. There we go. Ooh, and this is coming right off, so we'll get this screw out. And we're going to put that in the section marked number 1, faceplate. And that just comes off just like that. Now, looking inside of it, it looks pretty clean. And I'm just taking a quick look down here along the shaft and see if I see any threads or anything. I don't. So I think what I'll do is I'll grab my air gun. And while I have this off right now, before I take off anything else, I'll give it a little blast. Okay, and as I said, there's nothing in there really that I can see. So we'll go on to the next part. And the next part says to remove 3 screws on the top cover, then remove the top cover. But there's a warning. The top cover will have wires connecting the bobbin winder to the main computer board. Carefully disconnect the wires from the computer board as shown in the image below. And there is a close-up picture of that, showing where these wires are. To disconnect the wires, gently grasp the plastic base of the wires and pull straight off the board. The wires plug into tiny pins on the computer board, and you do not want to damage the pins. Okay, so it indicates there's a screw here, and a screw here. Okay, which you can't really see, but I'll move this up a little bit more. So screw here, screw here, screw here. They are also with this Phillips screwdriver, so I'll use the one I used a minute ago because that seemed to work. And there are 3 of these to remove. They're long suckers. Okay, and I'll put them in this my little tray that's marked as number 2 for the top cover. And I have marked the number 2 on the instruction sheet as well, so I know where to put them, where to get them, where to put them in again when I redo this. Now it says to very carefully open this top part. Oh, that just came off really easy. But where is this part that they're saying is attached? Okay, now there's a white one and there's a black one. They said there was only one. So, got the black one out. And I've got the white one out. Okay. And there's a little bit of oil up in here, so I'm just going to grab a shop towel. I'll show you. I don't know if you saw that or not, but you see right in here, these are the two wires I had to disconnect. And right in here, you can see there's some yellow oily stuff. I think I should wipe that out, but I need to get a shop towel for that. So while I was grabbing some shop towels, you want to use shop towels, she says, not regular paper towels, because these don't have as much lint on them. And I grabbed some rubbing alcohol as well and some Q-tips so I can get into smaller areas. But I'm just now wiping this out with a dry shop towel. I haven't put anything on this. And I'm just getting down here in the little nooks and crannies. I know you can't see this completely. Make sure I get it all. And I'm just taking a look around the rest of the components and things that are here and looking into the winder, bobbin winder, and everything looks good there. No threads caught in that anywhere. So we can put that aside. Okay. Now, so the top's off, the side panel's off. I see a little bit more yellow here, grease. Now that's the oil, I think, that they talk about that you're not supposed to do anything with. But I do see, let's take my little pick here. I don't know if, no, that looks like it's supposed to be there. There's a little piece of fuzzy batting, but I don't know if that looks to me like it's something for the oil, because there is an oil hole here as well. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm just looking down the top of this. I think I'll take my air gun. Okay, it's pretty clean in the top. I know you can't see it, but it is. There's no loose threads, nothing in here. And I think that, as I said, that little piece of batting, or what looks like batting, but it's cotton or something, I think that's supposed to be there. I don't see how any other piece could have gotten caught in there. So I'm not going to pull on that or take that out. I'm just looking at the other gears, and they're all looking pretty good. I don't know if I need to put a little grease on these. I'm just taking my cotton swab and going around these plastic gears, just seeing if there's any real dirt I need to get out. A little bit of dirt. I'm just doing the same to the other gears that I can get at. For the most part, I think it's pretty clean. Okay, get rid of that. Wipe off my finger. Okay, so the top is off. So, page 2. Remove plastic screw caps with a flathead screwdriver or pick, then remove 2 screws from the belt cover as shown. Okay, so we've got to turn this around. This sucker's a heavy machine. It's about 48 pounds. Okay, so they want me to remove this and this. Okay, I've got my stiletto, and there's a little indent right here, so that should pop out. Put it in my little tray so it doesn't get lost, and the one down here. Okay, those two things are out. Remove 2 screws from the belt cover as shown. Okay, so this is the belt cover, so I'm going to take a piece of painter's tape and I'm going to write on it, and this is going to become number 3, and they call it the belt cover. And I'm going to take that little piece of tape and I'm going to put it right in here in my little tray at the bottom. And now I'm going to take these screws out. Now I'm assuming they're probably a Phillips head. My head's going to get in the shot. Yes, they look like they are, but I think I need to move this so I can get at it a little better. So we'll start with the bottom one. And maybe use a different screwdriver. I don't like that other one. I don't know if I'm in there. Okay. I don't think I got in there. Let me try this one. This just seemed to be spinning my hoofies. Let's try this screwdriver. Doesn't seem to work, but a flathead might, because it's got both. It's very awkward to see. I'm going to have to turn this away from you. Yeah, I think this one's a little better. Oh, geez. That's really tight. Oh, not doing a good job of that. Okay. I don't think that's going to work. Let's try this one again. No, I'm not getting any painter. I have to find something else. Okay, third screwdriver. Not all Phillips screwdrivers are the same. I've got the top point out there. Here we go. There we go. So it's good to have a selection of screwdrivers. And there we go. And I magnetize this one. So, okay. So we've got, put it here so you can see. So there was a screw here, and there was a screw down here. Okay, and they're both out now. And they're in their little spot that are marked for those. And make sure I mark on my diagram that those were number 3. Now it says there is screw here, a screw here to remove, and one down here, which is down here, and those both Phillips as well. So let's take this screwdriver, the good one, and remove these. This one, I got to label my little spot for this. This is called the Okay, it says to remove the belt cover, you'll need to separate the belt cover from the rest of the machine. The belt cover is held on by hooks along the seam. I have marked the location of the hooks, estimated in green on the pics above. Separate the cover from the hooks to remove the belt cover completely. So, take out these 2 screws first, and this is called the belt cover, I guess. So this is going to be number 4. Put that on my diagram, and now put this on my tape. Belt cover. Okay, I'm going to stick that in my little slotted tray and put the one I took out in there, and then the one down here in the bottom. Okay, I have those out. Now, this is the belt cover, and I can see the belt right there. So to remove the belt cover, you need to separate the belt cover from the rest of the machine. The belt cover is held on by hooks along the seam. I have marked the location of the hooks, estimate, in green on the pics above. So if you see here, they have little green stars next to that. So let us see. There seems to be a... Okay, this... I guess it's just this piece that we're removing. Okay. Gently turn it on. Okay, so... Separate the cover from the hooks to remove the belt cover completely. Okay, so this is what I want to take off. But it doesn't feel... Oh, there we go. Okay. Now there's something attached down here at the bottom. As you can see right here. Oh, just comes off just like that. Let's take a look inside. No real dirt in here, but let's give it a bit of a wipe. Should maybe use a little alcohol. Yeah, really nothing in here. But I've got it open anyways, I might as well just clean it up. So that's cleaned up. Okay, we'll put that over there. That's my cap for my alcohol. Better put that on before I spill it. Now, let me take a look in here. And you're getting a good look at it right now. I don't really see any fuzz or anything in here, but let's give it a little blow. Sorry about the noise. Okay. Just going to take a look in around here. My head will probably get in the way. Do I see any thread or anything? No, everything's looking pretty good. I don't see any place where it looks like I need to grease it or anything there. So, yeah, I think that part is pretty clean. Let's take a look at the flywheel. Make sure there's nothing caught in it. Maybe give it a little bit more air. Yeah, there's really nothing in there. Okay, that's good. I expect that most of this stuff is going to be in the bottom part of this. So, where do we go from here? Gently turn the machine on its back and lay it on a protected, sturdy surface. Be conscious of the spool thread area to make sure nothing gets broken. Okay, they're talking about this area up in here. Right up here. Okay, so I'm supposed to turn it on its back. Okay, I got to turn it around first of all. God, it's a heavy beast. Okay. Let's get things straightened around here. All right, let's take these off. Don't need those. Okay, gently turn it onto its back. Be careful about these. Okay, there we go. Now, the next thing it says, Remove 8 screws from the bottom of the machine as shown below. Then remove the bottom cover. Okay, so on this diagram is marked 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and each one of those is a foot pad. So she's shown how the foot pad goes back together. So a washer, a rubber foot, a small washer, and the screw. So let us mark our tape again. And this is going to be number 5, bottom. Stick that tape in our little tray. And let's mark it on the instructions. Number 5. Okay, and so now we have to remove these screws. And are they all Phillips? It looks like it. So we'll just be methodical about this. Okay, she said, oh yeah, there's a washer inside here, a little washer inside here. I don't know if you can see that. Little washer inside here, a washer on the outside, and the screw. So we'll put those all in the same little holder, keeping them all together. And we'll remove the rest. I may need to use 2 sections in my little tray here, which I can do easy enough. I don't know if you're seeing this. Here you go. It's very awkward to get my camera in here while I'm doing this. I really should have had Walter standing here and recording while I did this. Of course, if I did, there might have been an argument because Walter's very mechanically inclined and he assumes that I am not. And he would probably be yelling at me because I'm probably not doing something the way he would do it. So that's why I'm doing it when he's not around. Okay, this is the last one. A little bit awkward because it's so close to the top of my table. Okay, they're all out. All right. So, does it say how I take this off? Okay, so it's very important. Your machine has a very sophisticated computer system in it, so please be gentle and aware anytime you have the covers off your machine. Okay. So, what is holding this together? Is it because it's, maybe move it here to the edge of the table. Oh, there we go. Oh, now look. Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not. But look. Do you see all the pieces in here? And there's a great big huge sucker right there. So yeah, this definitely needs to be cleaned out. Put it over here to the side. And let's take a look inside and see what's in here. Now I'm going to have to shine my light on this, and I will gently, oops, that's not what I want it to do. Make sure you have a big enough workspace for this machine anyways, because this is a large machine. Okay. Can you see the bottom inside of there? There it is. And I'm looking, first of all, just scanning it to see if there's anything. Most of it looks like it fell into the bottom tray, but I am going to give it a blowjob. Sorry about that expression. Now, there was some little pieces of fuzz that blew out when I blew it in here, but surprisingly, this inside part is very clean, and I have not had this machine serviced, like a professional servicing of it, in over 2 years. So, really, that tells you something, doesn't it? That I do look after my machine. I clean out the bobbin holder, the bobbin case and everything after every major job. And, you know, that helps to do that. I think that's why I don't have that much crud in here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking a dampened towel, a shop towel that I've just dampened with a little rubbing alcohol, and I'm just going up into those areas that I can go up into. And I now know where the battery goes for this. If the battery ever goes, it's in underneath the back cover. This right here. Where's my finger? This right here. This is where the little disc battery goes to keep your clock and everything operational if I ever need to replace that. So that's good to know because I did not know that's where it was. Okay. Just for good luck, I'm just going to give another little blow job. Okay, now I do need to clean this tray out that's here. See all this crud stuff, so I'm just going to stop the video because that's not that exciting, because I may have to use a vacuum cleaner on this, and I'll come back. Okay, so I've cleaned this all out. As you can see, I used a little rubbing alcohol in some of the nooks and the crannies, and I've given everything another little blow job with the air compressor. Everything's looking really clean. So now that's it. Now I just have to put it back together again. So we'll do it in reverse order. So I wonder what this is. Replace the battery. I don't know. Well, I guess that just so you can get in at something over here, maybe, if that has to do with timing. I don't know. But let's see if we can get. Now, have I got this the right way? No, I do not. I had this turned upside down. So few spots that I think I should. Sorry, you're. Oops. Not in the right angle for this. Let's see. Over here, this is what I'm doing. So let's just see where clips and things are. Maybe start it at this end because I've got the power cord goes there. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Now make sure everything is sealed up here the way it's supposed to go. Okay, so now we put the feet back on. I'll just get 2 of these going, and then I'll turn it around so you can see what I'm doing, just so that this doesn't come off when I do that. Okay, I've got 2 of the feet on it now, so now I'm just going to turn it so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, best I can get. Okay, so I'm putting these little rubber feet right here back on. So I'll do the 4 corners first. Didn't say if it mattered there was an order, but I'm doing it that way. She also says not to wrench them. And when I say she, I mean Andy from Sewing Doc Academy. She says when you're tightening up any of the screws on the sewing machine, only make them finger tight. You don't need to ratchet them in there. Okay, so the 4 corners are on. Get these ones on the bottom. So far, so good. I'm really surprised. I thought after a couple of years, there'd be a lot more crap in the bottom of this machine. But apparently not. So that goes to show you, if you keep your machine clean regularly, and I suggest after every major sewing job, cleaning out the bobbin case and that kind of stuff, you can see what they're going to charge you at the repair shop, at the sewing mechanics place, is about $100 to $120. I'm speaking in Canadian money for all of this. And you can do it yourself and save that money. Now I'm just going to take a little wipe down in here. Now earlier today I already cleaned out my bobbin case before I decided today was the day that I was going to do this. So I'm just wiping down here on some of the exposed surfaces before I start putting on the next piece. Okay, next piece is the belt door, and there's 2 screws for that, and this is the belt door over here. Just going to turn it so you can see it a little better. Okay, the belt door was this piece right here, and I don't think you can see this yet. Okay, this might be a little awkward for me to put it back together. So I've got to line it up. Let's see here. If I got this the right way, yeah. Haven't got this piece, I haven't got quite right. Okay, I am going to have to move it out of your sight line just a second. It's all in the angle. Once I just moved this away so I could see it better, it just dropped right in there. All the clips are locked, so now I can put the 2 screws in there. Which screwdriver was I using? This one. So there's one down here in the bottom. Okay, and the next screw goes right in here. Remember not to over tighten, just finger tight. Okay, everything's lined up there, very nice. Let's just wipe down a few things, get my greasy little fingerprints off before we attach the top. Now the top is probably the trickiest part because I have to put that circuit board back together. So, but before I do that, I have part 3, which is the back cover. There's a screw up here, and there's one over here that you can't see. So, pull out my screws for that. We'll do the one you can't see. Can't feel it grabbing yet. It didn't grab. Let's see. Oh, no, that's wrong. That's not where I put it. It's down here at the bottom. Okay, no wonder I couldn't get it in because there's already a screw there, and we didn't take that piece off because we didn't need to. Okay. See how easy it is to get yourself mixed up? Just take your time. Don't do this if you're in a rush. I will probably shorten this video a little bit so you don't have to watch it in as much real time as I'm doing it now. So that part is on. The next part is the top cover. Now this is where I have to reconnect. Let's get it over here and up so you can see. So this is where I have to reconnect They said there was one, but there are actually two. So on this little bracket, I'll take a picture of this to show you later at the end of the video so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the electronics part. Thank goodness this is all there is to the electronics, that in taking it apart, that I didn't have to take, oops. Okay, there's two little spots here. There's a white box and a black box. And there's a white box on the cables and a black box. So that's where I have to put them, and they have to be oriented the right way. So I'm just looking here. There is a cutout on the right side of the white box, and there is a cutout, and this is where magnifying this a little bit might help so I can see this. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, it looks like that one's at the top. Okay. So this might be tricky. Set this up here and let's see. Little cutout matches on the white, so it's got to go in here. This is when you wish you had a second pair of hands. Oops. Okay, just be careful. Okay, you're probably not being able to see what I am trying to do right now because my hands are in the way. This has to go in this way. Oh, very awkward. I'm going to turn off the camera for a second so I can get... Okay, it took a little fiddling to get those two plugs in, but I did get them in. I found if I laid it on its front, it gave me better access to it, and I used the flashlight, which is still on, in my camera to see what orientation there needed to be. I think if I did this in the future, what I would do is I would take a picture of those two little plugs in there so I would be able to see which way the wires are going so I can get it lined up. I'm pretty sure I have it lined up correctly. I guess time will tell. So now we're going to put this cover back on. And just like that. That's easy. That's probably the easiest piece to put back on. Okay, so we need a couple of screws. We need 3 screws. One here, one here, one here. So let's put the one in the middle first. Again, I just do that. Didn't say this in the instructions. I don't think it matters which order you put the screws in, as long as you get them all in. So that's 1, 2, and the last one for that is right here. Okay, now one thing I didn't remember to do was to put these 2 little plastic plugs back into the holes. Over here on the side, they just cover the hole. There's one in, and there's the other one. So they're back in where they're supposed to be. Okay, last one. 1 screw to go, and it's the side panel. Okay, so let's see if we can turn this machine around. It is a bitch. It is a heavy machine. Okay, so this one has to go in here. Now this one, if you remember, came off pretty easily. And it goes on pretty easily. In fact, it's kind of loose, but it was that way when I took it off, and it's supposed to be. Okay, the last screw, here we go. Okay. we are done. So I'm going to take it back to where I usually have it. I'm going to plug it in and let's see if she sews. Okay, so I've got my machine all back together again. I've got it where it's usually located. I've put a new needle into it. I put my foot on. I put my foot plate in, my presser foot plate, and I've put in my bobbin case. I did give it a little drop of oil underneath it, cleaned the bobbin case out again and the bobbin itself, and I've dropped my little bobbin down inside. Everything is ready to go. It's all threaded. Let's see if it turns on okay. And it has. And resume last pattern. Thank you very much. And there. And if I had not connected those two little connectors at the top correctly, none of this would have happened. That's sort of a fail-safe in it. If they weren't in there the right way, none of this would have come on. So I know I got those in the right way and everything in there secure. So, will it sew? Well, let's see. I'm going to do a one-handed sew job here. Let's get that out of the way. Let's put this down. One-handed. Let's go for a straight stitch. Sounds good. No weird sounds. Purring like a kitten. Let's cut the thread. And yep. Sewing perfectly. So that's all there is to doing a deep clean of your Janome M7. Thank you, Sew Doc Academy, for teaching me how to do this. Well worth the money to pay for that course. I can tell you that. And they do other courses as well. I am not sponsored by them. It's my honest opinion. I have learned so much and I'm so thrilled. I think it just paid for itself just by doing these two machines. I mean, each of those machines would have cost me about $120 if I'd taken them in to do exactly what you saw me do. So that's $240. The courses cost me, because they were on sale, about $300. Already got my money back. That's pretty good.